Hey, what is up, everybody? This is your boy AJTRIP, and welcome to That's a Shoot, my weekly episode show. We'll talk about what's going on in the world of professional wrestling. And this week, it's NXT Halloween Havoc tomorrow, which means predictions. Yeah, we're going to be predicting all of the matches for NXT Halloween Havoc. So, and make sure tomorrow after NXT Halloween Havoc, you come back to this channel, because we will be talking about it in a Rebel Reaction. What went down on Halloween Havoc. But let's see if I can get my predictions right. So, on with the predicting. First, a match that was made this past Tuesday on NXT. Javon Evans and Leon Slater are taking on Mr. Iguana and La Park. I find Mr. Iguana stuff stupid. He wrestles with a damn iguana. It's stupid. It's along the lines of Wendy Chu and Pockets, Orange Cassidy. It's stupid. This better be a win for Javon Evans and Leon Slater. Because if it's not, it's just fucking stupid. You're ruining those two guys' careers. Javon Evans and Leon Slater should win, without question. The North American title is on the line as Zarya, who is defending for Sol Ruka, going up against Blake Monroe. Now, I'm not sure if this is storyline or if this or if what's her face is really injured. If she's really injured, I guess they just don't know like how badly she injured she really is. I guess because she didn't, because I'm guessing if they knew that she was going to be out, a long time, that they just would have had her do both, and do both. She's the Speed and North American Women's Champion, so I think she would have just relinquished both titles. But since she is, since they're having Zarya do it for her, I guess maybe it's not that serious. They think, at least right now, they don't think it is. So we'll have to wait and see. Or this could be another ruse, and maybe she's not really injured. And this is a way to get the title off her Soul without her having to lose. So I think in any case, it was bound to happen that she would be, that her being double champion would be coming close to an end. So I think, and Blake Monroe is the new fresh hotness, and I think she's got really, I think a lot of people think that she has star potential in this division. So I would think this is Blake Monroe winning the North American Championship, and then because Zarya lost it for Soul, this is going to cause even more friction with them and their breakup coming real soon as well. So Blake Monroe becomes the new Women's North American Champion. Well, they're doing the broken shit again, as the Hardy Boys will be taking on Dark State in a Broken Rules match, I guess on the Hardy compound. Yeah, I didn't get too much of the broken stuff either, or even the Woken stuff or whatever. But I think I would think they're just gonna keep, they if you're gonna just put it back on Dark State, why not just do it in a regular match? They're gonna have them beat the Hardys at their own game, even though it's 4-2, and I'm not even sure. So whatever, but yeah. I hope this is like, the second match on the card, so that I can, start doing, I can go do other things. But yes, I'm gonna say the Hardys will win this match. if it is a match, whatever. The men's North American Championship will be on the line as Ethan Page will take on Dr. Wagner Jr. Or is it El Hijo Dr. Wagner Jr., which is just Dr. Wagner III. Excuse me. In a Day of the Dead match. Which, what he said, is just a no rules match at all. So it's just another term for no rules match. Okay, so it's I would think Ethan Page wins this one. Yeah. It's just one thing to have a TNA wrestler win it, because they both are based in Florida, Orlando, Florida, around that area, so they can go back and forth and, from show to show. But this is like from AAA. Even though Dominic, I don't think has done AAA anything since he's won the Mega Championship, but still. My guess would be that Ethan Page wins this and retains the Men's North American Championship. Next, for the NXT Women's Championship, Jacy Jayne takes on Tatum Paxley. This could be a very interesting one. They could put the title on Tatum Paxley, and then have what's her face, Izzy Dame, turn on Tatum, and then take the title from her. Because since both JC and Izzy are heels, yeah, that's how you do. It's kind of like how they used to do it in reverse back in the '80s, where they would, have the heel the babyface champion for a long time, have him drop it to a heel, and then the heel would hold it for a short time to drop it to the next babyface. But this could be something different. This could be, and that's how the term transitional champion came about. But maybe this might be what they might do with Tatum Paxley. She would win it from JC just to eventually drop it to Izzy. Who knows? They just made Laney Green a part of what's her face of their group called Fading Influence. So I don't know if they're really gonna do that. I kind of get the feeling that it's such a short close to WrestleMania and Stand and Deliver for them, that at this point, like, the titles probably, if the titles haven't changed hands by now, I think it's not gonna happen. And I kind of feel like that with some of the other champions. Like, like, once whoever wins between Jey Uso and CM Punk, I would think would hold the title until WrestleMania, and then when Braun Breaker would get it. I think Ricky Starks and we'll probably talk about him in a second. But between Ricky Starks and Trick Williams, I would think the winner would hold it until Stand and Deliver. So this seems like the case, but I really do think they're making Jacy Jayne viable, for the main roster as well. I think. Yeah, I think having a long run as NXT Women's Champion makes her, and she's put on some nice performances. She gets called up to the main roster, and she is one of the students, and she becomes one of the major players for Stephanie or anybody else who's going to be a champion, Tiffany or whoever. So I totally see that. So I'm going to say Jacy Jayne retains the Women's NXT Championship. And finally, for the I was going to say TNA, Well, there's a reason why, because Trick Williams, for the NXT World Heavyweight Championship, Ricky Saints goes up against Trick Williams. And like I just mentioned, I think the winner of this is going to hold the title until Stand and Deliver. When I think they're going to put it on Javon Evans. That's what I think they're going to do. Javon is still only 21 years old, so and he's got some skill. You know, surprisingly, I was surprised that Jim Cornette was a big fan of Javon Evans when he came up and did the Sami Zayn Open Challenge. So I was very surprised that he was a big fan of his. So it's good to hear that Jim sees something in Javon Evans. He saw him one time with Randy Orton, but he was really happy with what he saw at Sami Zayn. So that's some interesting things. But anyway, back to this. Yeah, I think Trick Williams is, he's headed for a call up as well. I think there are a lot of people. There's Obafemi, Trick Williams, JC Jane. There are many people in NXT who are headed for a call up. Unfortunately, what that might mean is that it also means that some other people may have to be taken, be released on the main roster, and that's always something that you don't want to see. So that's unfortunate. But I do think that there will be some call-ups after Stand and Deliver in WrestleMania, and I think Trick Williams is one of them. The thing is, will Trick Williams be the person that he does the title to Javon Evans? I don't know. I think Ricky Saints is a good player. So, and I don't think you would have put the championship on Ricky Saints just to have him drop it back to Trick Williams. I don't think so. However, I wouldn't have thought that they would have, had JC Jane beat Stephanie Vaquer for the championship. I thought it would have been Jordan Grace to do it. So, who knows? Let Sean cook. Chef Michaels and everything like that. So, but, yeah. I'm going to pick Ricky Saints. I think Ricky Saints is the guy. And again, like I said, I definitely think he holds it until Stand and Deliver. So, now what also could happen is that we've got the deadline. They've announced the deadline will be back. So, they could have Obafemi win it again, and then win in the beginning of the new year, beat Saints back for it, and then he drops it to. Because that's what I thought really was the person who was going to drop it to Javon was Obafemi, but Ricky Saints was able to do it, so that's interesting. But yeah, I'm picking Ricky Saints to beat Trick Williams. Alright, y'all, there you have it. Let's really quick recap with my predictions. Javon Evans and Leon Slater should beat Iguana and La Parka. Blake Monroe will become the new Women's North American Championship as she beats Zarya, who is defending on behalf of Soruka. The Hardys should retain the NXT Championships, Tag Team Championships over Dark State in a Broken Rules match. Ethan Page should retain over heel Dr. Wagner Jr. In a Day of the Dead match, JC Jane should retain her Women's NXT Championship over Tatum Paxley, and Ricky Saints should retain the NXT title over Trick Williams. Alright, there you have it. Those are my predictions for NXT Halloween Havoc. It's tomorrow night. Again, make sure that you subscribe to the channel and you click the notification bell so that when we go live tomorrow night, we can talk about what went down on NXT Halloween Havoc. Alright, y'all. Post your comments down below. Tell me what you guys think. Give me your predictions for what was going to happen on NXT Halloween Havoc. Tell me what you feel about my predictions for Halloween Havoc. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. This is your boy, AJTRIP, signing off. As always, be good to each other, y'all. Be careful out there. And I am out.